This vlog takes us back to April 2025. And yes, you're probably wondering why I'm uploading it only now. Well, I actually filmed this a year ago, but life happened between work, family, responsibilities, and overthinking every edit. It took me an entire year before finally sitting down and finishing this vlog. But maybe that's okay, because watching these clips now feels like opening a time capsule, a reminder of how life looked, how I felt, and how much has changed since then. Back then, most of my days looked exactly like this. I was either working or sitting in front of my computer. And when I say working, I mean working beyond my regular shift, staying late, finishing tasks, taking on extra responsibilities, doing more than what was required, even without overtime pay. I convinced myself that I was just being helpful, that I was being responsible, that if I worked harder, everything would somehow get better. But looking back now, I realize I was slowly burning myself out. I was giving so much of myself away that I forgot to leave something for me. Thankfully, that's a chapter I've already moved on from. Today, I understand that working hard is important, but so is resting. Because you cannot pour from an empty cup. And when I wasn't working, I was still sitting in front of the same computer, editing videos, watching other creators, looking for inspiration, learning how to tell stories. Hi guys!
Hi guys! Sama ka?
Dreaming about building a YouTube channel someday. What's funny is that when I recorded these clips, I didn't even know if anyone would ever watch them. I wasn't a content creator. I didn't know how to edit properly. I didn't have fancy equipment. I wasn't confident in front of the camera. Most of the time, I would record something and then tell myself, ay, pangit naman ito. Then, I would save it and never upload it. But looking back now, I'm glad I kept recording because these videos became memories. Proof that life was happening even during the seasons when I felt stuck. Sometimes we think our lives are too ordinary to document. But years later, those ordinary moments become the ones we miss the most. Well, this was me back then. I weigh over 80 kilograms. I barely moved around. I spent most of my days inside the same four walls. My stress showed not only in my mind, but also on my body. Looking at these clips now, I can honestly see how exhausted I was. Physically, mentally, emotionally. When you're living through a difficult season, you don't always notice how tired you are. You just keep going. You wake up, you work, you take care of your responsibilities. Then you repeat everything again the next day. It's only when you look back at old photos and old videos that you realize, wow, ang dami ko palang pinagdaanan noon. And maybe that's why I appreciate this vlog so much. Because it reminds me to be kinder to my old self. She was trying her best. She was carrying a lot. And despite everything, she never gave up. But despite all that, there were still moments that made everything feel worthwhile. One of those moments was treating my parents and my kids to a simple meal outside. Nothing fancy, usually just Jollibee or McDonald's. But for me, Those moments meant so much. Because growing up, there were times when even simple things weren't always easy. So being able to say, "Tara, kain tayo sa labas," felt like a small victory. It's a quiet reminder that all those long hours of work had meaning. And yes, back then, we still traveled using my father's old tricycle. We would squeeze ourselves in there. Me, Mama, the kids, sometimes everyone. So, poor Papa would complain about his shoulders hurting after long drives because, you know, carrying all of us wasn't exactly easy. And honestly, I understand now. Driving a tricycle for long distances is hard work, especially under the heat of the sun. And whenever it rained, we all got wet. The rain would find its way inside the tricycle. The kids would get soaked. Papa would get soaked. We would all just laugh, complain a little, and continue the trip anyway. At that time, it was simply normal life for us. But now, things are different. And one moment that always gets me emotional is when my daughter says, "Thank you, Lord. Dili na mi mabasa sa ulan." And every time I hear her say that, I have to, pause for a second. Because she's right. Something so simple, something we rarely think about now, was once something we prayed for. And that realization hits differently. The life we're living today is a life we once dreamed about. The things we have now are the things we once wished for. And sometimes in the middle of, chasing bigger goals, we forget that. We forget to look around and appreciate the prayers that have already been answered. Jollibee and McDonald's became our usual destinations, especially with the kids. Not because they were luxurious, but because seeing my family happy was enough. Seeing the kids smile over a simple meal was enough. And somehow, those fast food trips became my comfort place too. Whenever life felt heavy, whenever stress and negativity started piling up, I would sit there listening to the noise, the laughter, the kids running around, parents carrying trays, families sharing meals. And strangely enough, that noisy environment gave me peace. Because it reminded me that I wasn't alone. Everyone inside that restaurant had their own struggles, their own worries, their own battles. Yet there they were, still smiling, still laughing, still showing up for the people they love. Maybe the father beside me worked overtime all week just to buy his kids a happy meal. Maybe the mother across the room sacrificed something she wanted for herself so her children could enjoy that moment. And maybe someone there was silently carrying a burden nobody else knew about. And yet they kept going. They kept choosing their family. They kept choosing hope. And that realization always humbled me. Because sometimes, when life gets difficult, we start believing that we're the only ones suffering. that we're the only ones carrying something heavy. But the truth is, everyone is fighting a battle we know nothing about. Different stories, different struggles, different circumstances, but the same determination to keep moving forward. So, if you're watching this and life feels hard right now, I hope this vlog reminds you of something. Take a moment to look back. Look at how far you've come. Look at the things you have today that your past self once prayed for. Because progress isn't always found in big achievements. Sometimes it's found in small things. A meal shared with family, a dry ride home during the rain, a tired parent who keeps showing up, a dream that slowly becomes reality. Life may not be perfect, but maybe, just maybe, it's already better than we give it credit for. And for that, I'm grateful. We should be grateful.